Attempt to win Australia's first gold medal at this Winter Olympics has been, well, put on ice. Heavy fog means tonight's men's snowboard cross event has been indefinitely suspended. The news follows a day of drama both on and off the snow.
Bell Brokov's been under siege in Sochi that didn't relent during the border cross.
Down, Brokov's down!
The openly gay 21-year-old already the victim of hate tweets over her sexuality.
I've been called an aggressive dyke. And there's one guy said, like, oh, I'm right behind Putin, you should break a leg, get locked in a slammer.
Homophobia is just one hurdle, according to Brokov's father, who's accused the AOC of financial favouritism towards higher-profile athletes like flag bearer Alex Pullen. Even so, after an 8th place finish, bettering the effort of halfpipe silver medalist Tora Bright, Brokov's craving more 5-ringed memories.
I've got another 3 more Olympics in me. I'm definitely going to train very hard. I've got a lot more knowledge now, especially from this race. So I'm going to carry that with me to the next few years.
Earlier, athletes in agony, 2 competitors requiring medical attention.
That's a massive fall. Oh,
That's
boy,
terrible.
oh boy.
She's out cold.
Czech Ava Senkova keeping steady for the honours.
What a deserving win.
Norway's stranglehold on gold continued in the Super G. Nagano 16 years ago, the last time another nation clinched top spot. Jetil Junsrud continuing their winter wait.
The time does!
After nearly 90 minutes of cross-country skiing, Sweden found time to celebrate on snow.
It's victory in the men's 4x10k relay.
While for the Netherlands, the ice was thrice as nice. Gold, silver and bronze for the Dutch women over 1,500 metres.
That was superbly paced.
Not so Brazil's bobsledders, lucky to walk away after a training crash. Nick Vinden, SBS World News.
Ouch. So taking a look at the medal tally, and Germany leads the way ahead of Netherlands and Norway. Australia is in 23rd place. Meantime, India has completed its return to the Olympic family with the country's flag hoisted at the Sochi Games. The gesture comes 5 days after the IOC lifted its suspension. India had been banned since December 2012 after elections at its Olympic Association saw a corruption-tainted official appointed.
I just couldn't believe it when the IOC lifted our ban in the midst of an Olympic event. It's the first time it's happened, and I'm truly grateful to the IOC President, Dr. Thomas Bach.
India's participation brings the number of nations competing at Russia's first Winter Games to 88. Football Federation Australia is waiting to discover if the Socceroos World Cup fixture against Spain will be relocated. Amid reports the host city will be dropped as a match venue. Curitiba is facing the axe due to construction delays. FIFA is expected to make its decision on Wednesday.
We'll play them in the car park if we have to. At the end of the day, we can only control what we do, and our emphasis is on making sure we're ready for the first game and ready for the 3 games wherever they're played.
There are 4 matches scheduled at the venue. 8 countries and their fans, of course, would be affected. Meanwhile, the Socceroos jersey for the 2014 World Cup has been unveiled at a launch in Sydney. And amid all the doom and gloom about the difficulty of their group, some wise old heads are predicting a very positive outcome.
Model Socceroos, Mark Bresciano and Michael Zullo stepping out in the new-look Aussie strip for Brazil.
Feels really nice. Obviously I'm wearing it now. It's very comfortable. I think just from the response today, it looks like a lot of people are liking it.
It has space-age technology, but harks back to another era, the pioneering Australian team of 1974.
I was sat next to Ray Bart and he was getting quite emotional there, to see the shirt again.
This shirt's kind of what people will look back on when they remember how we went in the World Cup.
On average, 18 plastic bottles are recycled in the making of each of these kits. The men who wear them into battle in Brazil will have to do a salvage job on Australia's footballing reputation. Bresciano, who's counting the days until his FIFA-imposed suspension is lifted in March, doesn't believe opponents Chile, Spain and the Netherlands fear the Socceroos.
I don't think they are. And I think we prefer that because I think they're just going to get a shock when they do play against us.
He says Ange Postecoglou's appointment was a masterstroke. It's revived our World Cup hopes.
With the change of the coaches, I think we are getting our identity back and getting that fighting spirit back.
The power of a Socceroos jersey is something our 74 coach knows very well.
When you combine desire, pride of the nation and so on,
Aussies can do impossible things, and I wouldn't be surprised if we surprise someone there.
Whatever happens, the Socceroos are now guaranteed to look good in Brazil. Vince Hammerly, SBS World News.
Overseas, and Arsenal will face Everton in the FA Cup quarter-finals after the Gunners saw off Liverpool. Elsewhere, League One side Sheffield United continued their amazing run, while Arsenal exacted some revenge for last week's thrashing at the hands of the Reds.
A week ago, Liverpool destroyed Arsenal 5-1 at Anfield, but on home turf, the Gunners hoped for a change of fortunes, and it was Arsenal who took the lead.
And Arsenal have made that breakthrough.
A superb counter-attack doubling the lead early in the second half.
And they do lead by 2. Podolski.
A lifeline for Liverpool, Steven Gerrard ice cool from the spot, and the Reds felt they should have had another penalty just minutes later.
We don't want to see perhaps the antics of Suarez. Maybe that is why he hasn't got the decision.
Liverpool laid siege to the Arsenal goal, but the Gunners held on to book their quarter-final berth. Waiting for them is Everton, for whom new loan signing Lassina Traore gave a perfect start.
Oh, it's in from Traore!
But Swansea hit back before the break.
Oh, Guzman is coming in and equalises!
The Swans, though, were the architects of their own downfall.
Oh, it's a bad back pass, and Naismith's in and scores!
Then conceding a penalty, with Leighton Baines smashing the Toffees into the next round. And late goals from Connor Cody and Chris Porter have seen Sheffield United's dream run continue.
Perfectly taken.
And the Blades weren't finished there.
And pull back at the chin, and that is that!
League One United, the lowest ranked side in more than 20 years to reach the quarter-finals. Glenn Osborne, SBS World News.
In Spain, Real Madrid is level on points with Barcelona and Atletico at the top of the Primera Division. With both their rivals winning the day before, the pressure was on Carlo Ancelotti's side to pick up 3 points. Real strolling to a 3-0 victory at Getafe thanks to goals by Jesse, Karim Benzema and Luka Modric. And in Italy's Serie A, Juventus has opened up a 9-point lead over Roma at the top of the table with a 3-1 win against Chievo. Kwadwo Asamoah, Claudio Marchisio and Fernando Llorente all finding the back of the net. Sam Burgess is officially leaving the NRL at the end of the season to take up a 3-year deal in rugby. Rabbitohs forward has signed with English club Bath, which will pay South Sydney over $900,000 to buy out the remainder of his contract. The deal appeared in jeopardy last week when the Rugby Football Union balked at sharing the cost of the compensation fee.
A chance to go and play, back in England. I've really missed my home country, with a chance to hopefully represent England in the World Cup in 2015.
The 25-year-old said if he was to return to the NRL at the end of his union contract, his first choice team would be the Rabbitohs. To cricket, and Shane Watson will not be an automatic selection for the second test against South Africa. With his team celebrating a crushing 281-run first test victory, Australia coach Darren Lehmann says he won't make any hasty decisions. The star all-rounder is recovering from a calf injury sustained 2 weeks ago. But even if he is available, he faces a big challenge for his spot from Alex Doolan.
It's always very hard to fit him in if you win, as you know. So we don't like to change the side too much, but at the end of the day, if he's fit and ready to go, we'll have to wait and see.
The second test in Port Elizabeth starts on Thursday. To boxing, and Daniel Geale has sparked a war of words before his fight against Garth Wood. The pair, who used to be sparring partners, traded verbal blows in the lead-up to tomorrow's weigh-in. Wood took offence to the former WBA and IBF world champion's remarks, questioning his technique.
There are tactics that you use that aren't within the rules. I mean, you come forward with your head down. I mean, there's been times when your head got to go away.
The pair will have a chance to let their gloves do the talking in Sydney on Wednesday night. And finally, Football Federation Australia has today taken a decision to extend the licences of the 9 Australian clubs in the A-League until 2034. The current licences of the clubs had an existing term running until 2020. And that's the day in sport, guys.
Great, thanks, Craig.
Coming up.